on with my webcam? I don't know. There we go. Well, disaster. Absolute fucking disaster, honestly. Absolute disaster. Come on, Issa. Tell me why Ugarte shouldn't be starting again. That it's much better. Bruno gave a wall away for the goal, too. Exact things that he shouldn't have done, he did. Fucking disaster. Absolute overthinking. Bruno was the worst player on the pitch. Amram got it wrong. So wrong, I cannot even believe it. I actually cannot believe it, man. It's the three things he shouldn't have done. He picked wrong and fucking lost us the game on that. That is so disastrous. I told you all season Casemiro was only good because he had Ugarte next to him. And that was the worst performance from Casemiro, the worst performance from Bruno. Trash. Really, 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 really poor. Diabolically bad. That just sucks. I cannot. The overthinking in a final is just. It's the biggest mistake. Overthinking in a final like that. It's so bad. I don't know how you get to the final. I don't know how you get to the final and then you change the thing that got you to the final. It's really, really frustrating. Bruno's not a center mid. No, he's not. He never has been. He's always been poor there. He's always been poor there. Good luck, Issa. Sorry. And obviously, I'm not mad at you. It's not your fault. Well, I'm very upset. It's nobody's fault. Opinions, it doesn't matter. It's none of our fault as fans. It's nothing to do with any of us. He just messed it up. Just messed it up. It's just. The fact of playing Mason Mount after he hasn't played all season and fitting all of this in to take Ugarte out is one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. That's just bad. Spurs in a final, man. Oh my god. I wish I had answers to you guys, man. I wish I had answers to you because I that was insanity to me. It's like a moment of complete and utter madness. Manu not 1 minute. Well, Manu came on for a minute. That was it. It's insanity. Bruno Ugarte didn't even play. The guy who won you the game in Bilbao. The last time you played in Bilbao, Ugarte has 2 assists and wins you the ball back for the second goal, and you don't put him on the pitch. You don't even put him on the pitch. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I cannot believe those decisions. I'm heartbroken. I can't take this. Me neither. Didn't deserve an easy escape. Win with paper of the crabs. Bum squad down and rebuild. Amram needs to improve tactics exposed regularly. I mean, yeah, look, of course a win wasn't going to make it so that the squad was good. A win wasn't going to make it so the squad was good. But it cost us. We literally conceded specifically because of playing Bruno deep. Specifically because. That is so bad, man. So bad. Pathetic. 1-0. Oh, I can't accept that. I can't accept that. And then it just doesn't take responsibility off of the players. Where's the fucking step up from Bruno and Casemiro in that game? For 1 minute, where was the step up for them? Where did they show anything? I've had this feeling all week, man, about this because I just fucking knew it, man. I have blamed Ruben. I've blamed Ruben the whole thing so far. Time for Bruno and Casemiro to go. The points I mentioned in video about Ahmad Bruno were exactly what he got wrong. I know. I know. I know. Of course, the players could have DB Cooper. The problem is that Spurs have better forwards than we do, and we got it totally wrong. We got it totally wrong. Postecoglou said before the game he went for legs in his midfield. He went for legs in his team. He went for running, and we went opposite. And I'm going to tell you, fuck the fucking people on Twitter with your tactical bullshit. Athletes win you football games. The people who work harder, who run harder, who try harder, win. Period. That's who win you football games. These overthinking, overanalytical bullshit needs to end. It is the death of football. Running and working win. Every single sport, it's a team that wants it more, that runs more, that tries more, that outworks, outfights, and wins. Look at why we couldn't score goals. You know why we couldn't score goals? Because their fucking center backs destroyed ours. They destroyed our forwards physically. Romero and Van de Ven destroyed us physically. They absolutely destroyed us. I apologize, John, for the headphones. They absolutely destroyed us physically. Van de Ven and Romero beat the shit out of our forwards all game. Physicality wins games, man. And we have a pussy-ass team, unfortunately. At the end of the day, you win and you lose based on your duels. You win and you lose based on your fight. You know who was one of our better players today? You ready for it? Patrick fucking Dorgu, 21 years old. Because he fought and he worked. He saved our ass on 3 separate occasions, making tackles after other people lost the ball and wouldn't work for it. Because he's physical, because he's an athlete, because he worked hard. Huge fucking praise to Dorgu and Yoro as well. Similar thing. Worked his fucking ass off. And fought. And won his battles. And Lenny Yoro as well. And that's what gets you places. That's what matters. And it's the guys who didn't do that lost it for us. It's the guys who couldn't do that lost us for us. And that pisses me off so much, man. But it's so obvious. Ugarte allowed Casemiro to be more in the final third. Yes. The best player was Yoro. I agree. Dorgu did his job, man. He won the battles. I didn't think he would. But he did. I was surprised, but Dorgu was one of our better players. Even Garnacho, when he came on, at least was doing something because he could actually win some fucking battles and fight and run. That's why I wanted him to start in the first place. Because I thought he would. Young players outperform veterans. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If he stays, he lost a lot of credit. Force him to use right. Yeah, well. We didn't have anyone running in behind, Rio says. Yup. That's why I wanted Garnacho. Højlund doesn't run in behind, man. He just sits there in front of the center backs all games. I don't know why Mason Mount started. I have no fucking clue. You will never find me wondering why Mason Mount started. Dargoff has nothing going forward. The system needs offensive wingbacks. Respectfully, Michelle. Respectfully, I don't disagree with you, but he did. He carried the ball well on a number of occasions, but we couldn't find him. Jonathan, my man, Canadian lifelong fan, feeling sick after the zero capacity for athletic growth in the team. Need reset of 8 of the 11 starting line. I agree with you as well. Unfortunately. We need athletes in this team. It's the same thing as ever. We need athletes. You know? We've been talking about it all season. Guys who fight, guys who work, guys who run, guys who win their duels. And the selection, what was so disgusting about it was we dropped them. We made it worse. I don't get that. And then the subs were too late. It's just, it's sad. It really doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you for the donation, Caden 10. I did have Mount in my starting lineup, yeah. But with a runner, because otherwise, what the fuck's the point? Explain how Delap would improve this team. I don't know. I don't fucking like Delap, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at Patrick Dorgu's duel winning, right? Here. Just to give praise to a young player in a low moment. 7 out of 8 duels won. Must be nice to have somebody do that for us, you know? 27 times Bruno lost the ball with 68% passing. Oh, I know. Let's stick him deep in the midfield. Genius. So smart. Glad we listen to people on Twitter. They're so smart. That's why they're all coaching. The coaches, unfortunately, made the same mistake. Oh my God, man. Incredibly disappointing. Incredibly disappointing. An actual shocker of a performance there. Here's Lenny, by the way. 4 out of 5, 2 out of 3, 96% passing. This is a player right here. This is a player right here. The rest of them were fucking losers today, honestly. I wish that was not the case, and I just... Ahmad did not win his duels today, and that was pretty obvious as well, unfortunately. But he never does at the 10. He never does at the 10. I don't know why he plays there. He plays too close to the team. Has to run out. You know, I don't know, man. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Is the video gonna end like the Britney crying one? No. I'm a well managed person. I know how to control myself, but I'm mad about this. I'm mad about this. I'm very, very mad about this. I'm extremely upset. I'm mad about this. I know how to separate my feelings about football from my feelings about life, so don't worry about that. And I hope that you do too, because remember, it's not the same. It's not the same. Football and life are not the same thing. Any reason of keeping Bruno still? Yo, Karish, please. Javier, I don't want to say things I regret at the end of the day, but the problem I have with it now is why keep Bruno? This was his chance. We're not going to be back anywhere where he can win anytime soon. So why? Why not just take the money and restart now? And not even about us, it's about him. Shouldn't we just take the money and restart? Gutless team and negligence from the manager of this game and owners. Youngest, newest players perform, must gut the squad. I agree. I mean, you know what's really disappointing, Richard, is that Yoro, great, we signed him. Dorgu, great, we signed him. Xerxes came on and made an impact too. We signed him. Mazraoui fought his heart out. He's still not a right wing back. Delict didn't play. Ugarte didn't play. We've got the signings, right? Unfortunately, not sure why we're expecting different. We've been poor against physical English opponent and continued. I agree, but why did we go less physical in that game? Need athletes like Dorgu in the summer. I agree, 100%. But my question is, what's the point for Bruno to stay now? For genuinely, what is the point? He's not going to win anything with us. We're nowhere. We're not in Europe. We're not winning the league. We're not doing anything. It's going to take 3 to 4 to 5 years for something to happen for him. So why not? Why now not sell him? Because we need to rebuild. Why don't we just take the money? Got the signings right. We're 16th. Yeah, for the rest of the fucking team. Look at who didn't perform today. Look at the players. It's not Bruno hate. It's a question. It's a genuine question. Can I not cover United news this window? No, unfortunately, I always will. 3 thank you for the I don't know what the name is, but thank you for the donation. I just don't get it. What's the point now? Time the names Amram doesn't want. Well, one of them started at 9. I don't know. I really don't understand Amram getting it so wrong in the final game. I really don't. It's so baffling. It's the classic. I said before the game when he wasn't picked that he was making the Pep era. Pep in that CL final against Chelsea dropping his number 6 for some reason. Any manager can make that mistake, but Ineos keeping Ten Hag, man. Yeah, I mean that was absolutely awful. Look, I mean the reality is, where do we go from here? Unnecessary changes. I agree. I just don't know. I don't know. Can Qatar gift United a jet? Can we get a gift of a jet and sell it? Does that work? No, look, the genuine honesty is that, you know, winning or losing this game doesn't change how bad the team is, right? That doesn't change how bad the team is. What we needed in the team is the same as ever. Yeah, Pep did the same in a Champions League final. Overthought it, tinkered with the midfield, removing the physicality of Rodri and Fernandinho. Because again, physicality wins you games. Physicality, determination, just fucking beating people in a fight wins you games. And that's what people sitting on Twitter analyzing don't get sometimes. They don't understand it. And that's where we've been awful. That's where we've been awful. Like I said, you look at the center backs, they beat the shit out of us all game. But yeah, I don't look, it doesn't change what we need in the team. None of this changes what we need in the team. Liverpool lost to Sevilla in Klopp's first season. Correct, Raystar. And here's the problem. How did Liverpool climb out of it? Will the finals result impact Ruben's future? No, they're not supposed to. I would actually doubt them even more if they did, regardless of the discussion about whether manager should stay or not. If you're changing your mind about something based on one game, then you've learned nothing from last season, which was a complete fucking disaster. Liverpool climbed out of it by selling Coutinho and made a ton of money so that they could rebuild their team. They bought Premier League proven players. How do we do that? We don't have the money. We have to sell serious players to get serious money to rebuild this team. Yeah, stick a bunch of 18-year-olds who have good pass progression in the team. It's funny, right? The guy who's supposedly technically weakest in Patrick Dorgu is one of our better players today. Rage Cage. James, I listen to each and every one of your videos. You speak with absolute clarity. Thank you. I'm so gutted tonight. I can't believe you were so poor. Me neither. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah. No, I mean, to a large degree, it was overthinking the game by making it a Premier League game. But we haven't played, the last time we played a good team in the Premier League and got a decent result was against City, right? 0-0 against City. That was the last time we played in the Premier League and actually got a decent result, right? A 0-0 against City. We played Casemiro and Ugarte. I don't fucking get it. I truly have no clue what he was thinking. How would we replace Bruno's goals if he leaves? What goals? We'll be lucky to get Delap, and then you lose Bruno, Cunha, and Delap. Do not replace him. What goals, though? You know? What goals? He scored 7. You know, people said Son Heung-min was finished. He has or one less or something, or one more. I don't know. It's not I'm not talking about selling Bruno because he's no good. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that it doesn't do anything for us as a team when we don't perform. Klopp was unique. Yeah, I mean, that is a concern, no doubt about that. But if you get 100 million, you could buy goals somewhere. But my point on it is that regardless of Bruno or not, he's going to be too old by the time we're any good. So is it worth the money? I don't know. Seeing this pathetic lot play in the Champions League next season might have been an actual human rights violation. Silver lining of the shit cloud we're spared with that. Halftime oranges. Well, my hope was halftime oranges that getting Champions League would mean we really fucking tore the place up, but we need to do it anyway. We need to do this anyway. But yeah, the credit in the bank is gone. That is a concern. That is a concern. That is a concern. Yeah, man. It's upsetting, but every time we're in a big game, it's the same. We just I mean, someday, I hope people will understand and just accept what fucking works in football and stop waffling around about it. Buy some goddamn athletes who can actually win a fight, win a battle. It's just fucking depressing, man. It's so upsetting. It was a joke of a final. You could say Sour Grapes was probably the worst one I've watched. Good night, everyone. I agree. This is the lowest point. Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan now. Good job. Every man and his dog knows physicality is the issue, but we implemented a system which relies heavily on it. Yeah. But then in this game made active choices to go away from it. I mean, when you look at it, like I said, every single time we went through the Europa League rounds, we were the better team. And then we changed it. And it's like, who gives a fuck if it's Tottenham? And in our good games in the Premier League, we went with the more physical lineups. Like, what the fuck, man? Really don't enjoy watching a 5 at the back system. Go and get Xavi and invest in a proper system. I mean, fair. Fred, thank you. Welcome to the promo. But I'm man, I am baffled. I wish I could say anything else. You think we were the worst team today? Absolutely. Spurs did exactly what they wanted to. Spurs did exactly what they wanted to. You know? We need big sales now. We need to sign big attackers and big midfielders. Yep. Spurs did exactly what they wanted to. Okay? We were absolutely beaten. They pushed it into a physical battle. They outran us to score, and then they said, "You're not beating us with the players that we have." James, how do you predict the summer plays out now? Obviously there's Cunha. We lost to one shot on goal. I mean, is that true? Yeah. Look. See, this will mislead you from how the game was when you look at the stats for sure, watching it. But because they didn't need to do anything. They just said, you're not doing anything to us because these two right here are physical fucking monsters. Money Mouse, thank you for the gifts to people here. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Look at this shit, man. They just said, you're not going to beat us. That's all. They said, you're not beating us. That's it. I mean, it's just so wrong. So many. I wish it sucks, man. It sucks. The momentum. I know the momentum's hilarious, but we can't do anything. This is not a team we wanted to end up in a position chasing the game against. It's so wrong to do that against Spurs. All they had to do was lock it down with their big physical center backs, and there's nothing we can do. Postecoglou said beforehand, he said, I wanted runners, I wanted legs in the midfield. We went the opposite. What a fucking massive mistake. I just, it's baffling. Absolutely baffling. Absolutely baffling, man. And I can't excuse it. I really can't because it was so obvious. The only thing I can call out is people being hypocrites because they wanted these types of selections, and they don't understand the team itself. The amount of people who are supposedly so intelligent selecting the things like this. Crazy. Legs in the midfield doesn't make Mazraoui and Dorgu more creative, though. No, Mazraoui at right wing back is a hilarious other mistake because he should have been at center back with Lenny on the left and Shaw out of the team. You know, we can't beat physical teams. We get outfought by every single play, every single team. I'd have no explanation for it, man. Damn. Now we don't have Europe, so we need a smaller squad. Um, I don't know. Aren't you concerned by the lack of attacking patterns? Um, yes and no. I think that the personnel are absolutely horrific there, but we need a smaller squad because we have no Europe, which means I would just sell the shit out of everybody, frankly. How do we choose Onana over Martinez is beyond me. Amorim sold or loaned out 29 players in his first full season from Sporting. That's pretty much what we need, unfortunately. But yeah, the reason adding defense to the middle is because we don't have better attackers. So the least you can do when you don't have better attackers, the least you can do is shore up the midfield. That's the least you can do. When you don't have good attackers, when you don't have good forwards, when you don't have good things, the least you can do is put energy and legs in the middle so you don't get beat. And we got that wrong as well. It's pathetic. It's just fucking pathetic. I'm just... absolutely pathetic. Santiago, James, I love the channel, long time follower. We're here from Wilcox and Barada soon. I'm on the need to speak to fans soon. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Keeping Anthony at right wing back would be better than persisting with Mazraoui there. I don't even disagree with you. Don't even disagree with you. Yep. No, the second I saw the lineup too, you know, in the pre-match, people were giving me shit about being negative, but it was like, it was obvious. Fucking obvious, man. Just absolutely obvious. Yeah, they'll be silent. They'll be silent. I know exactly what was going to happen. My face when I saw the lineup, yeah. Yeah. It is depressing to me, right? Because I worry when I know better than the fucking manager. I worry about that. That scares me. That scares me. We will be here for the summer with you, but what a bad start. No shit. Yeah. That scares me, man. The last time in Bilbao, Manuel Ugarte won us the game because you press, you win the ball high, and you assist. So tell me we can't score goals. How's Ugarte going to help? Because Ugarte will help push Bruno forward. He will help us win the ball back quicker and help us get into the attack quicker. That's what happens. It's just, it's so basic because we just did it. We just did it in the last fucking round. It's exactly what we did. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, man. How do you get that wrong, man? How do you get that wrong? So wrong. How? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Seriously, was a guard. I don't know. I do not know. I do not understand it. I don't understand how you get that wrong. I don't know. He also scored your opener at home against Lyon. Like, it's like, man, I do not get it. The problem is that when you make mistakes, that are obvious problems, you can't you open yourself up to those questions. You open yourself up to those questions. That was the point. If you get it right, for sure, then it's on the players. But changing your winning team that got you to the final is wrong, period. It's never correct. It's the same thing that Pep did that lost them the Champions League. You play the team that got you there. That's all. You play the team that got you there. I don't know. Ahmad should have been right wing back, Mount falsely. Yeah, but you could do that too. It just, there's a few things you can do. But, like, here's the craziest part, right? You spent. I can't even believe it. I really cannot believe that mistake. We lost to Spurs in a final, I know. You spent the last 2.5 months rotating Casemiro so you could play him with Ugarte in these games, not playing him, giving up the midfield, not picking your best team, and then you go into a final and you don't do it? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? How do you do that? How do you make that mistake, man? Oh, I'm very upset. Very, very upset. But in general, yeah, I don't know, man. Buy from the fucking Premier League. I don't care if we only get 3 or 4 players. Just get some tough people. Just get from tough players. Just get some fighters into the team and don't make these mistakes. It won't come as a surprise if we're upset than the players. Yeah, I mean, maybe. No, Cunha's the right one. He's physical. He's a fighter. He's got attitude. He's got Premier League experience. That's the type of person. But there's just so few from that, you know? Bench Ugarte to accommodate Rasmus Højlund. Yeah. Yep. But the bottom is as athletes. It's absurd that we have Euro. Yeah, can you believe it? Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously technical but tough players and all of that. But like Cunha, for example, it's the right person. Look, it's not like, again, it's not like they haven't got it right on a lot of people. You know, I would bet De Ligt would do a hell of a lot better than Luke Shaw on that goal we conceded. Lenny Yora was good. Dorgu was good. You know, we've got it right on getting the right type of people in recent times, but it's a long road. It's a long, long road. A long, long road. To rebuilding that team. Mount was anonymous today. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of bad players, man. There's a ton of bad players. Playing Hoyland against like Romero and Van de Ven is just crazy. Look, like I said, it's look. I want to be clear here as well too, because it would be wrong. I'm not at all saying like, oh yeah, it's Amarim's fault, all Amarim's fault. He might have picked the right team and we lost anyway because we have awful players. But he got it wrong. He still got it wrong. And it's hard. It's gonna be the who knows type of thing. Like that's the problem with it. Is just like who knows. When you get it wrong, then it's always going to be a question of what would have happened if you got it right. You know what I mean? Now we still see who should be sold. You know, we still see who should be sold. That doesn't change. The problem. I guess the problem that I have with it is we didn't learn anything about this. There was no value in this game. Now we gained nothing because we already knew who was shit. Okay, we already knew that one. Well, if you had any intelligence and weren't just glucking, Twitter analytics, you already knew that Casemiro's absolutely finished without legs next to him. Okay, you already knew that Bruno doesn't play deep, that he needs to play as a 10 at worst. You already knew that you need Ahmad out wide and it doesn't work with Mazraoui. So you already knew Rasmus doesn't work. You already knew Mount doesn't work. You already knew Garnacho isn't the guy. You already knew Luke Shaw's finished. You already knew Onana's going to be crap. You already knew all of this. So we gained nothing. Bruno for Wharton, Sane free, pay Osimhen his wage. I would, yeah. Casemiro running after Solanke was funny. Yeah. Yeah. Dorgu continuing to have to sprint backwards to cover for our midfield is pretty hilarious. For our defensive midfielders, it's pretty funny. You know? You knew that Xerxes can make an impact, but it's probably not a starter. I actually think Dallo was kind of decent when he came on, by the way. But, it just doesn't change anything. Goodbye. 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 You're a center back. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, it doesn't change that. It doesn't change that, unfortunately. A momentum chart is crazy. Yeah, but Spurs did exactly what they wanted, unfortunately. I would sign Osimhen and give him 400K a week. Yeah, me too. Me too. You do a great job. Best. Thank you, David. The system demands really athletic players, and we really lack those. But we need that anyway. We need that anyway. Xerxes tracking back, showing our midfield was dead. Yeah, when he got a yellow like that was really silly to me. Because it wasn't a yellow, but it was more of a, it's one of those things. 1 second, let me just listen to this one. Yeah. Fuck me, dude. Oh my god. I am unhappy. I am super unhappy with that. But if I look at it, how many players do we need then for a small team? 1 game a week. How many do we need? Plettenberg has linked us to Turkey. He's not coming. How many players in the squad do we need? Because I'm fine with making up some of the small no no no. I'm asking total. I'm not asking how many we need to buy. How many really do you need to rotate in a small team. I think that most teams will play with like 18, something like that in the league in general. And then you have some youth making up the ranks after that when you don't have Europe. I think you need about 18, and then you use academy players. I don't think 22 is necessary. I think 18 is pretty good personally. That's what I'm kind of thinking, because one game a week, it's whatever, right? All right. So here's what I've got. All right. You have Xerxes as a backup. You got to get Hoyland gone no matter what. You have this. I don't know. I don't even know who the backup 10 is anymore. Because you need to sell Garnacho. He has to go. He has to go. We need the money now. We have to get the money now. So I don't know who's your backup 10. Get somebody, but who? I don't know. It's who would we buy? I don't even fucking know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know, because now you're gonna have to sell Garnacho. Xerxes your backup striker. Jeremy Giambi, David Justice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm terrified of having these discussions. I'm not coping well at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck you. Bring Rashford back. I don't give a shit. Just for the purpose of filling the space right now, I'm sticking Rashford in there. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. Fucking do something better than having Marcus Rashford in your team then, because it hasn't fucking worked taking him out of the team. Great job. Hasn't done anything for us yet. I'm being very reactive now, but it is what it is. Bruno, I think it's time to have a serious discussion about whether you need to sell him, because we're going to need the money. We're going to need the money now. We're going to need the money now, so what do we do? We sell Garnacho, we'll have 200 million to spend. All right. Who can we go get? Well, apparently Osimhen is not Champions League dependent, so stop being a pussy. Stop trying to be clever and go get Victor Osimhen. Cool. Okay? All right, so that's 150. So we still have 50 million left. We don't have a lot of players yet. All right, let's pretend we're keeping Bruno for now. Okay? Let's pretend. Let's pretend. I'm okay with this. I'm actually more okay with Dallo being a backup right back than you would believe, and I'm sorry if you disagree, but I actually quite like Dallo right now. Diego Leon is built like a tank. Don't you dare fucking loan him out and sign some pussy ass pushover. Sorry, my language is absolutely out of control right now. He is built like a machine. Let him stay. Do not loan him, because I bet you he would beat the shit out of half of our team right now. Do not get rid of him. Do not send him out. Do not let him go anywhere. Keep him so that he can absolutely just pummel people to death. Okay. Ugarte's in your midfield. Who's our backup? We have no chance in hell of selling Casemiro, unfortunately. So this still sucks. Cool. I really like Ederson. He's a fighter. Yeah, I don't care if you disagree now. You're fucking wrong. I think time is told with that. We do need a backup. So we have to sign somebody. Buy Anton Stack. Let's buy Anton Stack. He's a big physical fucker. He's a big giant physical fucker is Anton Stack. So let's get him in. He's a fighter. He's big. He's like 6'4". He's massive. He's strong. Let's get big, solid players in there. I like him. Let's get Lenny Yoro in here. Fuck Shaw. Aiden Heaven, you're here. Good job. Can we sell somebody to get Braithwaite, or someone who actually can, not get blown over by a gust of wind into the center backs, maybe? I don't know. We only need 18. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Yoro did well. Well, we're stuck with this, but Delict and Maguire's fine. I actually quite like Delict. I think he would have done a lot better than Shaw today. Oh well. Get Onana as far away from me as possible. Let's buy Vanya. He's like 6'50". That'll work. Let's just get somebody very large. That's good. Get somebody very big. Mazraoui's a good center back. I don't know what our other options are. There we go. All right, cool. So what do we have? We spent 60. We spent 60. 120. We spent another 80. So that's 200. We funded that with Garnacho. Hey, we're set. And then we sell Onana or Bayendir. There you go. There's my team that won't be little bitches 24/7. Licha. Yeah, Lissandro can come back, and that gives us more options. Yeah. I cannot believe how we lost this game, and I don't know where we go from now. I don't have confidence in Amram right now. No, me neither. I really don't. There you go. Now, I think we can compete against Premier League teams and not get beat up and jumped by them. And then if you want to sell Bruno, then go get Mastantuono and Mbumo. Well, that's not going to happen because he won't join us. Yeah, don't know. Sign Mastantuono. Cool. And then do something else. I don't know. I don't care. But there. Now I think we'd actually you're right. Ederson's not coming. Okay. What are you doing? Where's the pass progression in youth? We don't need runners in midfield. We need Van de Beek. No, this is great. I think I've built a better team than they're going to build this summer, to be honest. Alexander, welcome to the Pro Muppet. Thank you. Look, I'm looking at who's on the pitch, okay? And I'm not seeing the players that I would blame if you start to move Bruno, all right? Sell Rashford, buy a striker and move Xerxes to the 10 and play Obi as a backup. Okay, sure, yeah, we can get more money that way. That's fine. So let's say we do that, since I was obviously just fully being silly here. We don't even need that many strikers because we're gonna play one game a week against, and our mid game games are gonna be against League 5 teams until we lose in the first round because we draw a Premier League team. Could try Heaven in a midfield. No. Can we buy instead of Ederson? Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. Absolutely not Jonathan David. There's somebody who will fall over a gust of wind, who is completely lacking in any sort of physicality. Is there any way if we sell well we still spend 200? Yes. Maddie89, thank you and welcome, buddy. I know I recognize you. Yes, there absolutely is. Jonathan David is a step in the exact same direction we've been going, of buying people who are complete pushovers physically. Kone is going to go out on loan. He's not ready. I don't know, Samuel. I don't know. I ain't got the answers, Sway. What midfielder could we buy? Can we buy Ugo Chukwu? Let's do that. I've figured it out. Let's buy Ugo Chukwu. There we go. Ugo Chukwu. There it is. That's the guy. That's what we need. Chouameni? He's not joining us. Hayden Hackney? Yeah, Hayden Hackney would be cool. Football isn't just about physicality. They don't have a lot of physicality. I think it depends what you define as physicality, my dude, because Lamine Yamal is certainly a hell of a lot faster than everybody else. I consider that to be a part of physicality, and he's pretty strongly carried them this season. Rafinha is also quite physical, who's competing for Ballon d'Or, just saying. Lewandowski is built like an absolute fucking tank. Seems to be working out for them. Um, I don't know that they're not physical. I don't know that I would agree with that at all. Even a little bit. It's really funny because Rafinha used to be people used to be calling Rafinha out as being like too much of a runner. Yeah, that's athleticism. Well, that's all I'm talking about. Roberto Garnacho tweeted it. Oh, Jesus, I nearly said something I really shouldn't say. Like, it doesn't matter if you're sitting here criticizing and I'm sitting here criticizing. If a player's brother and family are doing that shit, get the fuck out of the club. Honestly. Gokerish 100% off. I mean, having to convince him is crazy. But I doubt that's going to happen. No, I mean that 100%. And I apologize, but I mean that 100%. You got family members, your brother doing that shit 24/7, fuck off and leave now. Because that is the problem at this club. People who act like that. That is the problem. I cannot stand that shit. These are people who do not deserve to be anywhere near this football club. The nastiest, nastiest, nastiest people. Sitting there taking our money every single week, acting like that. Just go. Get out. Anybody who is doing that, if that actually happens, anybody who's doing that, they can go. And they should go. And they shouldn't be allowed ever back at Carrington either. That is nasty, nasty, nasty shit. Just unacceptable. I can't with that stuff. That stuff is unbelievable to me. Do you think he'll walk away? No, he says I'm not quitting. He said I will not quit. I'm confident on my job. As you see, I will not change nothing the way I do things. So he didn't say he would quit. He just said if they want him to go, he'll go easily. But that's all good. That's fine. I think that's commendable. He's not obviously he's not going to leave, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This could work. This could work. This could work. I don't know what else to do. I mean, what else? I don't know. What else? Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I will show you. Hold on a second. I just want to show you. I don't think we'll get Osimhen. No, but we should. Yeah. Ready? You ready? Come. That's the reposts. Good shit. I'm really glad that this has been allowed to be around the club for such a long time. We've only been talking about it for 12 months now. 18 months, 24 months about this guy and his brother and the shit that goes on with them around the club. Really good. Really good. I'm really glad this is allowed to exist. I'm really glad. I'm glad this is okay with everybody. What did it say here? I'll show you again. It's a quote from Ruben Amorim and someone responding saying now he's blaming Garna guy's a joke. And of course his brother, of course, retweeting that. Good stuff. Good stuff. These are the absolute shit bags that I want out of the club. If we're ever gonna get somewhere. It doesn't matter who the manager is. You can't do this stuff. We cannot keep doing it. You cannot keep doing it. It's completely unacceptable. It's completely. This cannot keep happening. You cannot continue to have people do this kind of shit. I don't give a fuck who is the player. I don't give a fuck who the manager is. You can't have this stuff going on a daily basis. It's been over a year. I mean, Phil and I have spoke about this on the podcast dozens of times now about how why do they keep letting this happen? I don't understand. I don't get it. This is the type of stuff that ruins a team. I don't know if it's blaming Garnacho more so pointing out Mount scored last go. Garnacho hasn't earned selection just because Mount had a bad game or maybe we didn't need Mount to play. Garnacho is one of the last people who has earned a selection. So like regardless of that, you know, he hasn't earned a selection either. You know, regardless of anything else. Garnacho is one of the last players who I'd say has earned a selection. You know, he missed that chance against Lyon. That was huge. He's missed chances in practically every big game we've had. You know, and I still would have started him myself, but he hasn't earned it because we don't have anybody else. He is not entitled to start, and he has earned absolutely nothing about starting. He has there's zero belief in that. See, there's a difference between sitting there saying, hey, did we make a mistake picking a player? Did the player make a mistake? Did they do something? And then it's like, who's going to bring up Jonathan David? That doesn't mean they've earned a start. He didn't earn a start. Not for 1 second did Alejandro Garnacho earn a start. And that's the constant problem. I don't know. He didn't earn a start. He didn't, fuck that shit, man. Just fuck that. That's ridiculous. I mean, that is I am not having that kind of stuff. Like it doesn't matter who the manager is. I did not like Ten Hag one bit. And you will know, you follow me, I called it out every single time when there was things done like that. When Garnacho was liking fucking tweets from Goldbridge against Ten Hag, I said the same thing. You can't fucking do that shit. I don't give a fuck who the manager is. You cannot do that. It's completely unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. I do not care who the manager is. Whether I like him, whether you like him, it doesn't matter. You still can't do it. And I've told you a dozen times over the last 6 months, every time Garnacho doesn't play, he whines like a baby. Every single time, and then wants to leave. Is Cunha even a good deal anymore because we need that money for more players? No, he is, because he's exactly the type of player we need, and we're not going to do anything without goals. I like Garnacho, but no at 20 can have drama and strops every time he's benched. Well, that's the problem, and I've said it all year. That's what happens. It's just, I said if he was willing to be a bench player, I would have no problem keeping Garnacho, but he's not. One game he's on the bench, whining. It's just it never ends with this type of person. It's depressing. You know. All of this comes back to the absolute nonsense decision to keep Ten Hag in the summer, and even more nonsense to make Emram come in mid-season. Probably. I mean, because the truth of the matter is, right, is that what for it to be okay, we have to sell like crazy, buy like crazy, and kick off really fast next season. That's the only way this works. It's still a completely wasted season. But still. Cunha's not a system-only player. Like, Patrick Dorgu could play at left back or left wing back. Lenny Yoro can play in any center back in any system. Cunha could play in any system and be a great player because he's just an aggressive top forward. I mean, there's just he's not a system player. I don't think we're system players at all. But yeah, I mean, that's the only way out of it, It's just. But yeah, there's no breathing room. There is none. Yeah, it has to go fast. And they've set that up. When's the last time we were in Europe? God, I can't remember. You hit the nail on the head earlier when you said Mazraoui inverts pushing Ahmad out wide and the right side collapses. Yep. They were sitting on top of each other half the time, which is pointless. You lose all your numerical advantage when you do that. Oh, man. What do you do? Your late night philosophical video the other day was spot on. Yep. Unfortunately. That was my concern, is that I just saw this coming. Like, will someone please tell us what Garnacho's brother said? All right. I'll try to explain this. I'll explain this. All right. Um, Here, let me just explain. This is a quote from Ruben Amorim, asked about whether he should have started Alejandro Garnacho over Mason Mount. And he says, it's easy to say that now, who missed the big opportunity in the first half in the semifinal. Garnacho, football is like that. And then this guy says, now he's blaming Garnacho. Guy's a joke. And that was reposted by Garnacho's brother. Okay. It's probably the 15th instance of him and his brother, between the two of them, stirring shit up against a manager, talking behind their back, saying shit like this publicly. It's completely unacceptable. I don't. This is like it's annoying to talk about it right after a game, because you're gonna be like, well, it has nothing to do with the game, but it does. The rot in the club. That's it. That's the type of stuff that is the rot inside the club that you will never be good at until you get rid of it. No, see, exactly. You say it and someone says, we lost the final, stop focusing on a child on Twitter. No, I'm focusing on the rot in the club, because that is the rot. And we will never get good, no matter what we do, until these people are gone. We will never ever do that until these people are gone. We will always be rotten on the inside. Except you didn't have a problem with it under Ten Hag. You are so fucking wrong, and you do not deserve to comment anymore for that. You are so wrong and totally full of shit. I called it out very directly when it was under Ten Hag, and I said it's one of the biggest reasons that I thought Garnacho should go, because he cannot handle not being the guy. This is, when you talk about the culture, that's the culture. Who's going to do something about it? I don't know. I have no faith at the moment, unfortunately, in management doing it, because these guys have not done anything about it yet. And they need to. They need to. These guys have to do something about this kind of stuff, because that is rot. That is the culture. Selfish, self-centered, classless crap. And he did it under the last manager, and I called it out then. It has nothing to do with the manager. It's whoever it is. That shit is not okay. Not okay at all. But yeah, look, guys, I don't know. I don't know what we do. I wish I had better. I wish I had more for you, Can you tell us the full tape of Amram talking to the owners after West Ham game? Yeah, the club, including the manager, said Rashford's part of the rot and move him on. Fine, you think that. Do it to the other guys. Delap bid in the morning. Sorry if it's too soon. I don't know, man. Honestly, I thought that Delap would have wanted to see who's coming at to Champions League still. That's my concern. Who wants Champions League? Yeah, discipline matters. I think discipline is big. Do I have faith in Ineos? No. I want to see them do the right things, but this summer and next season, if it's not right, then it's really bad. I think the recruitment's been better, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the recruitment has been better. I've never changed that view. You know, Lenny was a top signing. I think Dorgu is a very good signing. I like the players that they've signed, and I wouldn't blame any of them for today at all. In fact, they'd be at the bottom of my list. Two of our most recent signings were the two only players who could probably walk away from this game proud. What will I defend against Phil though, Sean? I mean I don't disagree with you, but what would I defend against him? I'll probably be on the same page as him. I'm okay with the reset on yeah, I mean I'm okay with it. Well, alone wasn't going to do anything. The closest player we got to loaning was Tell. What did he do? He played for the opposition tonight and did he even play? Did he even get minutes? Did he come on at 93? You know, a loan doesn't guarantee you anything. Not spending the money there is what probably gave us the ability to get Cunha done now rather than spend that extra 10 million. I still think in the long term it's the right call. But it's not like it guarantees anything. You know, you got 4 minutes, so there you go. Like, great. You know, that didn't guarantee us anything. I like Samu, but I think he'll be quite expensive. But I would do it. He's a good striker. He's physical, but I also have the same concerns. Well, I'll tell you the difference then. Now, the difference is we're not in any big competitions, so you'll have time to develop. How do you spell it now? Oh, they probably still have it as Omeridian, right? No? Samu Age. What the hell? What am I missing? That's weird. I don't know what I'm getting wrong though. Um, I know I typed it, but it's not there. He changed his name. Like he should just be under Samu, like one way or another. I don't know. Don't know why it's not in here. He's not. I know. He's not. He's just not here. Agahawa. He's not here, man. Oops. He's just not here. That's weird. Well, look, without Champions League, it's less of a concern if you don't have if it's less of a concern if you don't have Champions League, you know. Cuz I'm a little less concerned about I'm a little less concerned, I guess, about what do you call it? Like the development. You know what I mean? Like I was saying that when young strikers go to big clubs, they fail. We're not a big club, so it's not a problem. There's nothing to play for next season. There's no pressure. Your goal is to get us into 10th, maybe 8th. We're no longer a big club, so the pressure of developing a young striker is irrelevant. Not a problem. So I think, that you have a little more leeway there. Because I was thinking with, yeah, if you're in Europe and you're doing all that, I don't want to see, Delap or something, um, because there's too much pressure. But we'll have time to develop. The expectations are not there. There's no expectations. People need to be realistic about the expectations next season now. Unfortunately, our expectations are pray for top 6. That's it. Pray for top 6. Well, you don't need proven players necessarily to do that. So I don't really care who we get as strikers. I just want fighters. When I'm talking about develop, I'm talking about top clubs. We're not a top club anymore. You can say we're a big club, but we're not a top club. So maybe the wording is wrong there. Of course, we're always going to be a big club. We're not a top club. Though I would still go get a better striker than Dilat, but but yeah, I don't know, man. Well, we can still spend a hell of a lot of money. We just have to sell really well. That's the truth of it, because we do have the revenues, and then the expectations can be higher, but um, and they have to be bold with that. Like, let's put it this way, all right? Let's be real for a minute. We will climb back because we outspend and spend correctly. That's the only way we'll climb back. So we have to be ambitious with that. The problem is, I don't know who will come to us now. That's my concern. Like, who will come to us now? It's great that Cunha wants to, but who? Who else wants to? I don't know. But we really do have to be bold about selling our players. That's for sure. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, we have to sell and make a lot of money. I'm not sure who we can actually get. That is the problem. That is the concern for me. Who can we get? Nice. Another post by Mr. Garnacho. Here you go again. Sick. Sick. Really great. Really, really great. Really great. Really great. I'm so shocked. It's exactly what we need. More fucking toxic bullshit. Sweet. Exactly what we need. Yeah, some people are stupid right now. Anyone agreeing with that is just dumb. It's the same bullshit. Same bullshit. If there was a single player who I would say has definitely not earned a big start, that would be that. So, but what are you gonna do? Dorgelis from Salzburg? Yeah, true. I need copium as fast as still possible. How are we gonna convince him, man? I mean, that was the problem beforehand. And now it's even harder. Nasty work, man. Absolutely nasty work. He's not at fault for them, but that's where they're getting it from, and he's not doing anything about it. I mean, his brother lived with him. It's not like it's exactly like some big disconnection here, like, some guy on the other side of the planet. But, if you look under that, there's also him leaking. Well, where's he getting leaking? Where's he getting team news from? Where is he getting team news from? Hmm? he's 100% responsible for his brother if his brother's leaking team news too, which supposedly, according to people with screenshots in the replies, he is. That means Garnacho is 100% responsible for that. And he has complete and full responsibility for that. You can't deny it once that's happening. The proof of his, yeah, I know it's been going back years, and it's annoying because I've been talking about this problem for ages, and people keep telling me I'm a dickhead and I have some agenda. But every single time Garnacho's benched, this kicks up again. It's not an accident, man. It's not an accident. It's like this is. I cannot, and I'm pissed that this is acceptable, that they've let this go on. I'm pissed that it's Rashford that's gone and was getting blamed for all the leaks, and this is allowed. That fucking sucks. That's bullshit. Because it definitely wasn't Rashford leaking those types of things. I promise you that. What actually happens with Cobby from here? I don't know, Jack. I really don't. That sucks. From a club perspective, that sucks. I still think Cobby has a place in the midfield, but I think if he gets more fit, then that'll help. But we need to make it work. I mean, it's no surprise. Everybody with connections to a certain place. I think Cobby will be fine. I think it's okay for Cobby to be not a regular starter right now. I think it's okay. And I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. I think it's okay for Cobby to not be the main guy right now. He doesn't have to be. We don't need to make the same mistake. I think it's okay. Why would Cobby because not everyone is a dickhead at 21 who has to start or they throw a fit. That's not every player. And Cobby's very young. You know? He's very young. Not everyone is a prick. I think people have gotten so wrapped up in people like Garnacho that have to start or it's a serious problem that we don't allow players to not be the main guy, and they're okay with it. It's okay. There is nobody in this team good enough to demand to start. Nobody. Zero. There is nobody in this team who says, if I'm not starting every week, I want to leave, that deserves to have that opinion. Nobody. They should get chances. They should work. They should try. They should play. All of that. But there's nobody who's deserves that at this stage. There's nobody who's earned that, especially young. Cobby will be fine. Maybe Lenny Yoro, yeah. Maybe Lenny Yoro, yeah. I think Lenny's probably earned that this season. Maybe Lenny. Lenny has shown that quality so far. Yeah, Lenny would have a case to say, "You better, I'm your fucking guy." Lenny would have the case, but I mean, they want to give him a new contract, so I'm confident that the discussions behind the scenes have been that there's a place for him in the team in the future, right? But it's okay if he's a sub for a while next season with coming back fully fit, full summer. It's full summer with the system. It's okay. Andy Minton done a preview video on United We Stand YouTube channel and said that people are starting to find Ruben's comments very weird now. Will we be able to pay off the remainder of contracts of certain players who are on enormous wages? I don't know, man. I don't know on that front. It's to me it's totally okay. Totally okay. For Kabi to not be the guy yet. It's a serious like I don't know, criticism of the team that we felt like we needed Kabi to come on and save us in a Europa final at his age. You know? Just give it time. Just give it time with him. It's okay. Let him play. Let him work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should shut their mouths on Twitter in general. Probably looked unbelievable, and then he got injured. He got burnt out by Ten Hag to start the season. Like people want to blame Ruben Amorim, that's fine. You can find your way to do that, but Kabi Mainu was getting fucking run into the ground by Ten Hag, partnered up with Christian Eriksen to start this season off until he got an injury. And he has not returned as quick or as sharp as he was before. You know, quit letting the other guy off of the hook. You can blame, there can be plenty of responsibility and blame to go around. I'm not Amorim out. I'm not going to be Amorim out until next season. He was always getting this season, the next season for me. Because we don't have a good team. He made plenty of mistakes today. But I don't judge managers off of one game. It gives me doubt. It makes me feel bad. It makes me sincerely question his judgment because this was a huge mistake. But it doesn't make me out. I don't think that way that quickly. What's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Come say hi. All right, yeah. Hey, buddy. Hi. It's not a watch along, so they've never seen you before here on YouTube, I don't think. The people watching right now, they've never seen you before. Most of them. Yeah, because you've come to the watch-alongs a few times, but I don't think you've ever been on YouTube. This is YouTube, huh? Okay. Go, Lucas. His outfit is out. Wait till Mama's back, okay? Then you can go, all right? You wait out there for a bit? Okay, go get snacks. I'll be done soon. Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets? All right, I'll go make you food in a few minutes, okay? Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Little Finger. Say hi. Hi, Fingers. All right. I'll be done soon, okay, bud? See you soon. No, in a minute. Mama's gonna be back in like 2 minutes for you, okay? All right. You also want chicken nuggets? Chicken nuggets cheers everybody up. Yeah, boosting the mood. Big up to the little guy. Yeah. Just cereal. All right, I'll get you cereal in a minute. All right. I learned a few new words today. Nah, no, not really, not really. He does play. He does play as a midfielder for me. He does play as a midfielder for me. I coach his. I coach his team. Yeah. He loves to win the ball. I told him you got to run hard, work hard, and don't be afraid to get to fight in the midfield. That's the main thing I've taught him at his age. Just run hard, work hard. He wins the ball like crazy. He's real good at it. He's not big, but does he work hard. He runs into people, gets the ball off of them, box to box. Yeah, gets it, takes it, runs it. He's good. Some fight. Oh, other dog. Hold on. You guys probably haven't seen all of my pets. Hold on here. Other dog. Oosh. Okay. Oh no, don't worry. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. You understand? I'm a balanced human being. All right. This is work. I'm a balanced human being, and this is my job. Um, and that's okay. Today it's work. Today it's work. This is work. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. Cereal. He generally likes Lucky Charms, which is too sugary, but now we understand why you're so positive. I mean, how can you not be? Life's good, man. Life's good. You gotta enjoy you gotta enjoy life. Then it doesn't bother you so much. My son's progressive passes per 90. 0, and I'm gonna make sure he never passes the ball forward just to piss people off. It cheered you up for the first time in 3 hours saying avoid. That's good. Salutations to the prince, yeah. Dogs, family, this is all you need. It's all you need. Don't have to worry about it. You make your lab plays under sevens and he makes you tired just watching him charge around the pitch. I mean, it's the best, man. It's the best. Cereal is terrible food. It is. I will make sure he gets chicken nuggets, to be honest. I'll make sure he gets chicken nuggets. You need that protein to build, you know what I mean? Well, let me think. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? How screwed are we now? I mean, look, no different than before, to be honest. It doesn't really change much. We still needed to rebuild the team the same way we always did. Like, look, it's not like the Europa run meant that the players weren't bad still. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't change the quality of the players, you know? Um, it changes nothing. I said this before, like, win or lose the final, it's great for what it does for us. And I'm not going to underrate that. But it doesn't change how bad our team is. Whether we won it or lost it, it changes nothing. What it does mean is we need to be fucking ruthless. And I mean that. No bullshit this time. Sell. Sell, 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 sell. Because we could spend huge money if we sell. We got to go for it. We have to get back into Europe next season. We can't have another season like this. I don't think we'll necessarily struggle to recruit quality. I mean, I think there's some names we can't get, but I'm go back to what I said a long time ago. All right, I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna give me a hard time for it again, but I'm gonna say it. All right. I've said before, flex, and I'm sorry. on United View were always kind of making fun of this recently, but in semi agreement. I said, hey, what if we went and got like 10 Dorgus, right? Um, what I'm saying is that when I look at something like this, when I'm talking about like 10 Dorgus, kind of the joke of the matter, right? Is what I'm talking about is I want young, hungry, athletic, physical players who have fight. Um, you don't have to pay enormous amounts of monies for those types of players, but I fucking hell rather see more of them playing in these games than what we saw today. Um, I would much rather get those types of people. Now, look, you can get incredible ones like Lenny Yoru, um, right? Lenny Yoro, who's like unbelievable, right? You know, no, I don't think if we got 10, we nearly got relegated this season. Where's that quality doing for us? You know what I mean? Where's the supposed better players than Dorgu done for us? What have they done for us? Nothing, man. Nothing. Um, but they've done nothing. So no, we're gonna get relegated by the supposed quality players that we have that are, we need physicality in the team. I'm not saying they all have to be super young or anything like that, but we need guys who are um, fighters at the same time. From what you know, do you think there's a chance we part ways with them? It's never even been discussed right now. We have 100 million to spend, 90 million to spend, and then whatever we sell on top of that. Dorgu can't cross, pass, or dribble. I mean, I disagree with you. Dorgu was. I don't know, man. People say shit like that. I just don't. I just don't agree. I'm probably never going to agree. He's had some sloppy games. He's put plenty of really good balls into the box recently. That if we add a striker on the end of, we might actually have scored some goals once in a while. Bruno was hitting the first man with everything today, so I don't know. But we need, point being, it's not about the standard of quality because he's young, and we can't just build on players that are that young and that inexperienced. But you can get some good players in who are physical, who are fighters, who win battles, and then do stuff. You know, so yeah, I mean that can happen. Yeah, I think he did well today too. I think he did well too. But I don't know, man. What am I gonna say? See, I look at guys like I'm sure we can get um midfielders. I mean, I'm sure we can get other guys. Um, we have to. I think we have to be brutal with the money. I think we can sign players. Don't get me wrong. I think we can sign players, but we have to sell well. We have to bring in players. I think we can sign players. I never think that convincing them is as big a problem as it's led on. Tubby, please let us be ruthless and sell Bruno to Saudi. But yeah, I mean, why not? Like, I would get guys like Hackney in. Yeah, 20 million, championship player, experience with the physicality, has the quality. Get him in. Guys like that will help us right now. Um, thank you. We have a few players we can sell to make some good money back, but like, yeah, I mean, Um, guys like that, I think we can get that would help us a lot. And I think they fit lots of different things, you know? Um, after signing Cunha and selling Garnacho for 40, what would our spending room be? Like 130 million? We'd have a fair bit of money. 110 million? If we sell Garnacho for 50 mil, how much can we spend? I mean, after the 60, probably like again another 120. This kid needs breaded chicken. No, it's not that now. He's just asking me if he can like go play with the neighbor and stuff like that. He's good. He's fuming too. I'll drive myself to McDonald's. uh, tenacious mid. Oh yeah, he's tenacious. A little more effort. He's more effort to get his nuggets than I saw from half the players to get a goal today. Got some nuggies to make, bro, for sure. Na, 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 na. I don't know, man. We can sign good players. Um, we have before, we will again, but we do need to sell. We can't fuck that up. Chicken Jock, yeah, he loves Minecraft. Any chance we could still wrangle Yokerish? Look, the Tansy Loic article yesterday did not mention Champions League for him, but it kind of did. Fabrizio today did, so I think no Ederson. I don't no Ederson, no Yokerish, all of that. I don't know. I'm okay. This is work. Look, look, let's be real for a minute, okay? I'm just being totally honest. I'm getting paid sitting here. All right? There's 800 people watching. As long as you guys want to hang out and vent until we all feel better, that's fine. I'm getting paid for it. I'm just being real, okay? Um yeah, he did mention Champions League. Michelle did. I think Gyökeres is probably off the table, to be honest with that. I think that Ederson is off the table. 10 Garnachos, and I'm no longer a fan of football. Would you ever cross stream on Twitch? I would, but it's still mostly for gaming. Look, I would love to sit here and like go full on like brain rot Gen Z and just start like gaming while talking about all this stuff, but I'm not sure that it's the right way to do it. No, look, winning didn't mean anything except we have more money, you know what I mean? And that's what it was supposed to do. That would be so sick. Oh man. Emotional support Muppet, yeah. Stop, Samuel. Stop. Fuck off. Oh my god, man. What do you think the reaction will be against Villa? I don't think it will be much of anything. Twitch is just chatting. I hear you, but I don't know, man. It's a whole different world to get into there. I guess I could do to both, to dual, but I'm not sure that that would be the best way to do it. I don't know, Cooper. Hold on. I truly don't know. It's completely baffling to me. It really is. But yeah, attracting players is a problem too. I've certainly lost. I'm certainly lost on this. Like what? I don't know, man. Fuck me. It's I don't know, man. I had the lineup near the end of my first stream today, and I was like, oh boy, that is not true. Anthony's tweet, the one that is going around at the moment, is or Instagram post is not true. So don't bite on that because that is fake. Don't bite on that. No, I'm not gonna sit here all night. I'll obviously be back tomorrow, but I'm not gonna sit here all night. I'll probably end it in like 3 minutes or something and go get on with my evening. But you know, the thing with Onana too, man, to be quite honest, is that like, do I blame Onana for the goal? No. Do I think that a good keeper would help us and have saved that goal? Yes. I said in the game before, like even if Onana doesn't have a stinker, he never bails us out. You know what I mean? He never bails us out. Vicario makes a great save towards the end of the game on Shaw's header. We never get bailed out, man. Vicario cleared a couple of crosses that came in. I think he actually made a couple of mistakes too, by the way. But you know, he Onana never bails us out of anything. You know, he just doesn't. Why not even just come out and block it or punch it or do something like? But even on the deflection, he's so slow, man. He's so slow to like get to the ball. It dribbles across the line. You know, it's like you can't blame him, but you can't like when are you gonna do something for us? Colorado worth visiting in early September. It's not too cold at all. It's wonderful in September. The trees start to change in the mountains. It's beautiful. Best time of the year to come is probably September, early October. Like, do something, man. Do something. I don't care about Amram's quote. Because nobody deserves to start. And you miss chances. It is what it is. Like, it doesn't even matter, man. Like, you can't suddenly have a problem with that. I don't care. It doesn't matter how you can't react to it either. But yeah, it's like Onana's diving is practically like, I don't know. I don't think he even makes himself bigger when he dives. You see the three. I don't want to talk about that fucking. I don't want to talk about that fucking guy. Service. I said a number of times, that even like a number of times that the ball comes in and whether it's a good ball, whether it's not, Hoyland is never there. He's just never there. He shrinks when he dives and he doesn't travel laterally. Yeah, it's like this. It's like the fall and like you're palming the ball below you. See, De Gea, to his credit on saves, learned to use his feet, right? So and then he put an amazing yes, and one to the back post came in as well, and just there's nothing there. De Gea learned to use his feet so that you don't have to dive straight down all the time. which is a smart thing from a keeper for what it's worth. It's one of the best things that made De Gea a very good shot stopper. But either way, like the dive where you just like fall straight downwards, I don't understand that. Onana looks so small and so slow all the time. Yeah, I didn't like the shot from Euro that time, but whatever. I mean, he was trying to do practically everything. Do you think we should have started with Mount, false 9, and Garnacho 10? Yeah, anything but Højlund, to be quite honest. But Swedish commentator stated that Højlund don't act, he react. Correct. He's always reactive. He's not instinctive. But to be clear, I don't know, man. Onana's kind of the same in a funny way at the other end. He never really reads the game well. And then he doesn't react either. So I don't know. Sometimes a good keeper can be reactive, but Onana's neither, you know. Onana's neither. Yeah, I can't explain the mistakes in the management of this game to you, by the way. I can't. I can't explain those. That's what I said at the beginning. Like, I can't explain those. I don't think that's an issue, Jay. Like, I get what people are talking about, but it's not the problem, man. We had them pinned for most of the game. Obviously, they sat back, right? But we haven't had progression problems when it's Ahmad and not Mazraoui at right wing back, for example. We haven't had progression problems when we actually have a striker who can hold the ball up, when it's like Xerxes, for example. We have these problems because we have poor players and we have shitty decisions being made. Um, they sat back, they couldn't get out. I mean, it's whatever, right? Like, I go back to, you guys remember the 1-0 against Fulham? I might be a good example. We were bad for like 60, 70 minutes, couldn't move the ball forward or anything. And then Xerxes comes on for Højlund, and suddenly the progression is fine. Suddenly we're dominating possession. Suddenly we're able to push all the way up the pitch because we had all of those things. We lacked so much. Xerxes came on and linked play immediately, correct. He got some aerial balls, he won some duels, he was back to goal, he came off, he moved the ball around, he got us to where we wanted to be. It's so hard to judge whether those things are the issues, or tactically or personnel wise. It's funny how the ball stuck and we got it to pitch the minute Xerxes came on. Correct. Exactly. We've seen enough signs that it's a personnel problem. But what's really funny about that, where I find it to be I'm not saying you're doing that, but what I find it to be a very fake argument is supposedly Bruno and Casemiro are the progressors. So we had them on, so why couldn't the ball progress through the middle? That's what I want to know. Supposedly, Casemiro and Bruno is for progression. We still couldn't progress the ball through the middle. You know why? Because we got outworked in the middle. because we got outrun in the middle, because Spurs were more energetic in the middle, because Spurs had more legs in the middle. They ran, they blocked the passes, they cut Bruno off at every occasion, and he bottled it because he's not that athletic. That's why he can't play as a deep midfielder, man. And Casemiro too, they were chasing their tails. We played against leggy midfielders. Leggy's probably the wrong word in this case, but legs. We played with legs in the middle. We played against players who had legs in the middle. Look at like whenever Yora would dart forward again, run by players, dribble them, all of that. He progressed it. They worked us in the middle. You know, they worked us. And it's so annoying to watch this way of assessing football the way that people do, especially in England. You need legs in the middle. You need legs in the middle. I don't know any team right now that's like it's really funny because the team that just won the league far and away. Szoboszlai was considered a bit of a flop at one point. Gravenberch was considered a bit of a flop at one point. McAllister was not. But what all three of them had always was fucking hard work and legs and running. And Liverpool have been doing that since Klopp came in. They got that right. And that's why they're so hard to play against all the time. Those were players that previously people said were shit, and now they're great. And I've always said that you get tenacious fighters first who win their battles, and suddenly the quality starts to show. You know, with a high work rate, with ground coverage, with effort, with it. It feels like United have needed legs in the midfield for 10 years. They have, and it's always depressed me that we haven't. Because I tell you what, man, I'll say it again. I didn't want to say it beforehand too, but you know, Wijnaldum, yeah, Fabinho too, yep. You remember when uh, Ten Hag dropped Fred in the Europa League, and we got decimated in the midfield for a different reason after the Barcelona game. We went with legs against Barcelona and we won. We went to Sevilla. We dropped Fred for some reason, inexplicably. We lost. We got overrun. It's just that simple sometimes. If you get worked, you get worked. We got really lucky, I think, against Sociedad, which maybe fooled some people with Bruno and Casemiro, that we played an incredibly weak midfield. Yeah, agreed. Look at PSG. Well, correct. I mean, people go on and on about PSG's like the technical ability of their midfielders, but are you joking me? Like, João Neves, amazing. He really is truly an amazing player. I mean, he's way better than I thought he would be. But that guy has insane work rate and legs. I mean, that's the part I thought he would be lacking in, and he's incredible, absolutely incredible. But they all are. They had an insane work rate. You know, an insane work rate. It's just really, really impressive. Yeah, Bruno's quote is a little bit yeah, Bruno's quotes are hmm. Yeah, I saw that posted by. I can't see where that came from too, but maybe if it's real, I'll show it in a minute. Bruno says, "I do think he's the right man. I don't think what happened this season shows exactly what he is as manager. I do think he's the right manager for the future of the club, either with me or not." Okay. Fuck. Um, I mean, all right. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I mean, that's a quote, I guess. Uh, doesn't sound that doesn't sound like a guy is saying. And then he says this as well. He says, my point of view has never been the financial side. So if I want to go for a financial side, I'll always have the option to go, but that's not the thing. What I want is to win trophies and be involved in the best competitions. So this is what I was saying earlier, right? After the game, like maybe an hour and a half ago, I said, fuck, man, this sucks. I said, why should he stay for him? We're not going to win anything while he's at United. We're not going to be in the best competitions. We're not going to win trophies. Why should he stay? Let's be real for a minute though. He's the other side of 30. He probably has 2 or 3 years at the top. We're not going to be good in 2 to 3 years, man. Why should he stay? It seems like I'm once again thinking, is it better for everybody? No, Saudi doesn't make sense. It would need to be like Barcelona or Bayern or something. Putting pressure on the well, they need to sell the other people then. Like if it's, let's say it's pressure on everybody else. Well then, you know, yeah. Don't know, my dudes. I'm just not sure why should he stay. Now, again, he should take a hell of a lot of responsibility for that game because if you wanted to play in the best competitions, maybe show up. You know what I mean? I don't know. You got to show up a bit more than that. But he was put in the wrong position as well, too. There's no doubt about that. Bayern, Barcelona were in for him. So I guess we'll see. Now I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's no one guy that's fixing this team, by the way. So, there's no one, like saying Cunha or Delap don't fix it. I mean, that's whatever, but it doesn't fix this team. So, all right, my friends. I'm gonna end it here. I'll probably be yapping for hours and hours tomorrow. It's late. It's past midnight for you guys over in Europe and the UK and stuff. Um, I'm gonna get to it. Not not let them ruin your day, ruin your evening. Obviously, they're gonna, and you're gonna feel sad. That's okay. That's okay. But remember, there's life. What goes on. Lots of things to be happy about. Don't don't let them don't let them bother you too much, as usual. I've been saying that a lot this season, but that's the reality of it. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see how we feel then. Um, we'll see what we do. We'll see where we're at. We'll see what we think about what comes next with with maybe fresh eyes and all of that. But appreciate you all. I'm sorry this season sucks. I'm sorry this has all been so bad. It's I have a lot more fun when we're positive, when we have good things to talk about. It's a lot more enjoyable. I don't enjoy being upset. I don't enjoy being angry, but so be it, It is what it is. Um but thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate all of you. Makes it better. No doubt about that. Um yeah, just means a lot. Um and yeah, I will he did say it. He did say it. He did say that, by the way. The entitlement is unbelievable. Unbelievable entitlement. Get him gone. Unbelievable entitlement. Yeah, got nothing to say about that. I'm not going to let it make me angry because I already knew this is who he is. I've said it many times, but no longer will I accept anybody saying it's an agenda when I say that he will not stay to be on the bench. He's been benched for one game. It doesn't, like, whatever the choice is, you have to live with that. It doesn't matter. I agree. I would have started him today, but not because you're any good. Just because we don't have a better, because the club is in that bad of a state. That doesn't make you anything more than nothing. Being the best of a shit bunch doesn't give you that level of entitlement. It's just crap. It's just crap. I hate that shit. All right, guys.